What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Alright, we're going back to Galneryus. Yes, indeed. Galneryus Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Sean, and this is actually one of Sean's 3 prioritized requests for the month of May for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Sean. I hope you enjoy the show, man. Sean wanted to see me react to the song by Galneryus called Brutal Spiral of Emotions. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hang on a second, I've heard this before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Poor Evangelist, okay? And the video has 11,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Galneryus, Brutal Spiral of Emotions, live. Yes, indeed. Hold on. Want to check one thing. Oh, boy. These guys do not do short songs, do they? They only do long songs. Oh, boy. Well, I mean, that's okay. I mean, so far, every song that I've done by these guys, I mean, they've been long, but they've been entertaining. So I have not had any complaints. I got no problem with doing long songs, guys. I really don't. As long as they're great songs and I'm entertained. It's when they're long songs and they're just boring as hell. That's when I have a problem. So anyway, all right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Okay. So far, I think this is the most impressive song I heard from these guys so far. The switching between 3/4 and 4/4, very smooth. Very, very smooth. Playing with feel in that 4/4 time. When they would go into 4/4 time, whether it be within the pre-chorus or within the chorus itself, switching between straight time and double time, really nice. Very well done. So we're playing around not just with feel, but we're literally playing around with time signature, which is really great. I love it when bands do that. And they're doing it right. See, there's bands that will change time signatures like every 2 measures. It doesn't give you a chance to get into the groove. I'm sorry. I mean, unless you have the song memorized, like you've listened to the song 50 times and you know it's coming, it's just not going to be able, you're not going to be able to get into the groove of it unless you know it's coming. You know what I mean? In a situation like this where I'm listening to the first time, that would be extremely distracting. Now, in this situation, they were in 3/4 for like the whole verse. The entire verse was 3/4. It wasn't until they went into the pre-chorus where they went to 4/4, back to 3/4, and then 4/4 again. But even then, it was still 4 measures, 4 measures, 4 measures at a slow enough tempo that I was able to internalize it. I don't even think it was 4. I think it was actually 8 measures. Now that I think about it. So we had 8 measures, 8 measures, 8 measures. That's plenty of time to get back into the groove. I'm okay with that. It's one that's rapidly changing for no reason at all, and it's just way too quick. 2 measures of this, a measure of this, 3 measures of that. It's too much. It's way too much. This, the way that they're doing it, love it. Love everything about it. I got no problem with it at all. So let's keep this going. Let's see what else they're gonna pull off. Now we're at 7. Back to 6. Now we're back into straight time 4, double time 4, sorry. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Started out with 7/4 for like 8 measures. No, I think it was actually 16 measures. 16 measures of 7, 8 measures of 6, into 8 measures of 4/4 in that halftime feel, no, straight time feel, and then 16 measures at the double time feel. But never actually changing tempo, just changing the feel so it felt like it was going double time, even though it really wasn't. You know what I mean? Love it. This is I need to save this video and use it as an example of what I'm talking about. Appropriate changes in time signature. Appropriate. This is very, very well done. I am enjoying this. It's not happening so quickly that you're getting lost, and they're adding a lot. Let's go down the list, okay? They've done 6. No, they haven't done 6. I'm sorry. They've done 3. So 3/4. They've done 7/4. They've done 6/4. They've done 4/4 in a straight time feel, and they've done 4/4 in a double time feel. Good stuff, man. Good Lord, good stuff. Brings a smile to my face. It really does. It really brings a smile to my face. When I hear bands do it like this, and appropriately, tastefully, it brings a smile to my face every time. It really does. I'm digging this. On top of that, we're seeing some amazing musicianship from everybody. Guitar, bass, drums, keyboards, everybody across the board, showing off some amazing musicianship, and the vocalist is killing it. He's absolutely belting it out. Without the overly wide sweeping vibrato, which gets on my nerves, but I haven't heard it here. So I'm glad I'm not hearing that. I mean, he is doing vibrato, he is, but it's not overly done. You know what I mean? So I'm digging everything I'm hearing so far. Let's keep going. God, how many keyboards does one man need? Seven keyboards? Woo! Ooh.
「わずかな望みをまだ握りしめて」「切ない響きくかすかにこぼれた吐息は」「あと少しだけの望みを」暮れゆく空の中に色づけてゆく冷めく体を包んだ決して変わらない定め消えゆく希望の光がまだこの身を照らし続けこの手を差し伸べてゆくこのまま目を閉じ途切れたこの先の道を描いて守りは変わらずあなたを目指した情景へと続くなら君
I hate to pause. I really do. But if I've already gone over 4 minutes without pausing, I'm more than likely going to get blocked. Oof. But believe me when I say this, I did not want to pause. I really didn't want to. I'm not usually big on long sections of bringing it down. You know what I mean? They may wait. They may very well stay at this level for the rest of the song. I don't know. I heard them bring it down into a halftime. And here's the thing. It's not a halftime feel. This is halftime. Okay? And I felt everybody lay out, and it was just vocals and piano with that hi-hat going. And I was like, okay, you know, that's cool. I dig that. And then it started to grow. They added more voicings. In comes the bass. In comes the guitar. Everybody gets a little louder. Everybody gets a little louder. Everybody gets a little louder. And it's growing and growing and growing up to the guitar solo. Guitar solo ends. Guitar lays out, comes back in. Vocals are still going. Vocals leave. Guitar solo comes back in again. So we are seeing some growth. We're seeing some evolution. We're seeing things change up. Vocal, guitar solo. Vocal, guitar solo. That's fine. Got no problem with that. It sounds really good. It sounds pretty, but it doesn't sound weak. It's so many times I've seen bands do this, and they get pretty like this, right? And it's like everything drops out. All the power leaves. All the energy leaves, and it's just like it's just a hollow husk. I mean, it's a pretty hollow husk, but it's still a hollow husk. There's nothing hollow about this. Everything still sounds full. Everything still sounds rich. Everything still sounds powerful. I'm enjoying everything I'm hearing so far. It's a shame I had to pause. I really wish I didn't have to, but I mean, it's YouTube's rules, guys, not mine. I'm just playing their game. So anyway, let's get back into it. nice. Great ending. Great ending. Very powerful ending. I heard the retardando, and I'm thinking that was it. You know, I heard he went up, he ascended his way up the keys, hit that final note, and I was like, okay, that's it. And I would have been okay with that ending. I would have been just fine with that. But then he came back in with this descending movement. And I thought to myself, as I heard it, I'm like, that actually makes more sense. Going down. Really nicely done. No, I like that ending. That ending was really nice. I absolutely enjoyed that ending. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Galneryus with Brutal Spiral of Emotions. This was a request from Sean, and this was actually one of Sean's 3 prioritized requests for the month of May for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Sean. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. You know, I look back at all the Galneryus songs I've done on the channel. I've done a few. I haven't done like a ton, but I've done more than just a couple. I'm thinking back on all of them, and I was asking myself, is this the most technical song, the most impressively written song that I think I've heard from them? And I kept thinking to myself, there's one other song. It was The Force of Something. I don't remember what the actual title was. I remember it was The Force of Something. Like, what was it? Damn it, what was it called? It was wait, no. That was the Force of Change. It wasn't the Force of Change. It was started with a C. The Force of Courage. It was the Force of Courage. I remember that song being very technical, very impressively written song. And I kept wondering, is this song gonna beat it? Is this the song that's gonna topple that? And, well, we have our answer. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that a 9.3. Yep, 9.3. You heard me. I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel this song deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
From a technical standpoint, purely technical standpoint, I do believe this song is better written than The Force of Courage. Here, a lot of people are like, well, The Force of Courage had this, The Force of Courage had that, and you're absolutely right. Listen, I'm not denying any of those things, okay? But this song had a number of different chime changes, and all done very appropriately, okay? They were not rushing the time changes. They were not trying to squeeze in as many time changes as possible into, 16 measures. They weren't trying to go so far out into left field that, most people couldn't hack it. Most people couldn't go, oh, that's, they were able to recognize it. That's 3, and that's 4, and that's 6, and that's 7. They wouldn't be able to recognize that. They didn't go so far out. They didn't go into 23/8 time or anything like that. So they kept it by all standards. Okay, it wasn't basic, but it was pretty simple to follow. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it was very well done, very tastefully done, and very appropriately done. Everything, and I mean everything that they did on this song made sense. It really did. The switching between the 6, well, okay, we'll start off with 3/4 into 4/4, and then we went I think we went into, okay, then we went back to 3/4, 4/4 again. Coming out of that, I believe we went into 7/4 for a while. Then we went to 6/4 for a while before coming back to 4/4 again. Here's the thing though, it all made sense. And even with the 4/4 time, we even played around with feel in the 4/4 time, going between, straight time and double time, straight time, double time, without actually changing tempo or without actually changing anything to slow or speed up the tempo. It just felt like it was because of the feel change. And we can thank the drummer for that more than anybody else. What really kind of shocked me about this song, don't get me wrong, okay, the first 4 minutes, I enjoyed thoroughly, okay? Really enjoyed those first 4 minutes. A lot of technical prowess being shown by all of the musicians. Bass, drums, guitar, keyboards. Everybody across the board did a fine job with their instruments. Really showing off some great technique, some great talent, some great ability. And I had no issue with anything that anybody did. Nobody stepped on anybody's toes. Nobody stole the spotlight from anybody else. You know, they would pass the torch. Like when the vocals was done, he would finish, and then the guitar player would come in. It wasn't the guitar player coming in while the singer was finishing. You didn't hear that. So I was really grateful for that. Nobody stepped on anybody's toes. Everybody was passing the torch around. Really well done. Bass player was doing some great runs underneath what the guitar player was doing, and the keyboard did a fantastic job of filling out the sound when the keyboard player needed to, while the guitar player was soloing. Now, when the guitar player stopped soloing and the keyboardist was able to show off a little bit, he did. You know what I mean? Everybody had their time in the sun, and that was great. I loved the first 4 minutes. Don't get me wrong, okay? Can we talk about those last 7 minutes? Can we spend a little time on those last 7 minutes? I am all in favor of having a breakdown where you change things up. You slow down the tempo. You don't go into a halftime feel. You go into halftime, period. Okay? So that was nice. And the way they did it, everybody, you know, fading out until all that was left was keyboard and vocals. Okay? With the hi-hat. Keeping the time. That was really pretty. It was really nice. Then we had voices join. We had one voice, and then later another voice came in, and later another voice came in, and it's starting to grow, and it grows. Now everybody's getting a little bit louder. And I was thinking to myself, okay, we're going to come out of this, and we're going to get back into the main groove again. You can imagine my dismay when they did not. And they stayed in that halftime. They stayed in that slower tempo, that more relaxed tempo. And they continued the song. I was really hoping they were going to go back up to where they were. I was really hoping they were going to come out of this breakdown and get back up to where they were with that nice speed, that nice tempo, that nice energy, that nice drive. I was really disappointed for about 20 seconds. And then I started to really listen to this, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Now I know I'm disappointed that we didn't get back up the tempo again, but let's listen to what we do have. We have some great melodic lines being shown off right now between the vocalist and the guitar trading off. Vocals for, 32 measures, guitar for 32 measures, vocals for 32 measures, guitar for 32 measures, and they kept trading off. Really, really well thought out, well designed melodic lines within the chordal pattern that they had going. And the more I listened to it, the more I was like, wait a minute, this is really pretty. This is really pretty. This is really well done. And the thing is, the more I listened to it, the less and less disappointed I became. Until it was about 2 minutes. Remember, I didn't want to pause, and I had to pause. I had no choice. Believe me, folks, when I say this, I did not want to. Because by that point, I was absolutely caught up in the feel of that section. Was it technically impressive? From a songwriting standpoint, no, it was not. There were some impressive things happening within the melodic lines being done by the vocals and by the guitar. There was some great technique being shown off, some great melodic lines, some fast and furious playing from the guitar player in particular, but the thing is, I wouldn't call that impressive, but at the same time, it was so well executed, so tastefully done. I was absolutely caught up in it. I absolutely was. And I believe it or not, after I pushed play again and we kept going, I thought to myself, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I really hope we don't go back into the regular time again. I hope we don't. I hope we don't increase our speed. I believe it or not, me, I want us to stay at this slower tempo. I want to finish out the song at this slower tempo. And I was thrilled to see that happened. What I was hoping for happened. And I was really, really happy about that. I love the ending. I thought the ending was so well done. That retardando, everybody's slowing down, and as we slow down, everybody starts to fade out, and there's the keyboard doing this ascending line, ending with the high notes, held. And I'm like, what a great place to end. That would be great. And then he came back in doing this descending line, and I was like, oh, that's even better. Yes, let's end down low, please. Because, I mean, guys, ending up high, that's so cliche. It is. That's what everybody does. That's what's to be expected. So for them to throw that descending line down, ending on the left-hand register, I was really happy about that. I really was, because that wasn't typical, but it sounded really good. Very impactful ending. So yeah, man, I thoroughly enjoyed the song. I really did. And I honestly believe this is probably one of the best written songs that I've heard from Galneryus so far. Now, I say so far. I'm sure there are other songs out there. I know for a fact there are other songs out there. And who knows, maybe some of those songs might be even better written and better constructed than this. I don't know how that's going to be possible, if I'm being honest, but I mean, it is possible. Anything in this world is possible. So 9.3, I feel fantastic about that score. I really, really enjoyed listening to this. This was a joy to listen to for some very surprising reasons. And that alone impressed me. I was like, for them to be able to take a slower part, draw it out as long as they did, 7 minutes of it, and make it sound as good as they did, and have me being as entertained as possible and being wrapped up and enraptured within that slower section. Guys, that is not easy. So yeah, that is impressive. So good on them. I feel good with that 9.3, and that is where we're going to stay. So 9.3, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.